Hi everybody, this is CR number 3. This is the extended response helper video. It says, do the following problems have the same answers? Okay, so we have to kind of prove whether they do or not. And we're going to explain why they do or not. First of all, remember, down here, this one looks a little bit different than the first one because it has these bars. These bars are known as absolute value. Absolute value just means the distance from zero. And when we talk about distance, and I'm going to just type this so it's a little bit faster. When we talk about distance, remember, distance is always positive. Okay, so anything inside those absolute value bars will always be positive. So just try to remember that when we do that second equation, or I'm sorry, expression. So let's look at this first expression. It says 3 times 4 divided by 2 minus 5 plus 1. Okay, the first thing we know we need to do is we have to work left to right because we have multiplication and division written first. And whenever we have multiplication and division, we just work left to right. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to write this problem over here so that I can show you working downwards how to complete it and to find the correct evaluation of this. So I've got divided by 2 minus 5 plus 1. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is multiplication. 3 times 4 is 12. Then I bring down everything else because I haven't done anything with these other numbers, so I just bring them down. I'm going to change colors so you can see each step. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Once again, I just bring down my other numbers. And then last but not least, 6 minus 5 is 1. Oops, sorry about that. And I have 1 plus 1, and that's going to give you a value of 2. So we already know that the first expression has a value of 2. So let's try to look at this second one. Now remember, we do have those absolute value bars, but we are still going to follow the order of operations. First thing we are going to do is this, parentheses. 4 divided by 2 is 2. I'm going to bring down every other value that we have not used yet. Every other term. Okay. Now I have a negative times a positive. Remember, I did my parentheses first, which was division. Now I'm going to do multiplication. And negative 3 times 2, let me change colors, is a negative 6. Because a positive times a negative is a negative. Now remember, all of this remains within the absolute value bars. So I now have negative 6 plus 5 minus 1. Now, because I only have addition and subtraction, I just work left to right. So I'm going to go ahead and write below here. I hope that's okay. I'm going to change colors. Negative 6 plus 5 is a negative 1 because I have more negatives than positives, and I have one more negative than positives. So it's a negative 1. Minus 1. I'm going to bring down that other absolute value bar. Now, negative 1 minus 1. Remember, both of them are negatives. I have one bad guy here, one bad guy here, which means I have a total of 2 bad guys. But I still have absolute value bars. Remember what we set up here. Distance is always positive. Absolute value represents the distance from 0. So guess what that negative 2 value becomes? It's a positive 2 because anything inside the absolute value brackets is a positive number because distance is always positive. So guess what? Do they have the same answers? Yes, they do. Good luck.